Someone says, what's the future? Vaughn Coleman.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to yet another episode of Vaughn Coleman Presents. Can you believe we're at 61 episodes? It flies. Probably because I'm having a lot of people on at a fast rate. Because I know I don't know how many shows I'm going to be doing once my campaign launch. I know I'm going to be going on a lot of shows, but I might be cutting down what I host. Gotta put myself first. But for now, we're putting everyone else first. And I'll be honest, this is something that's fun for me, so it's never a pain. But before we get started, before I bring on my guest, I do want to promote myself, of course. So we have, last time I checked, 543 signups for Phenomenova. Set 20 years after World War III, Phenomenova follows the teenage son of a World War III veteran who is struck by lightning while holding a mysterious crystal. And he finds himself awakening with lightning powers and lightning speed, and he uses those to try and become a superhero, donning a makeshift costume, but he finds himself in way over his head fighting a villain that is totally out of his league. It's basically like I wanted to do a reconstruction of the superhero genre in an age where it's all just non-stop, feel bad deconstructions. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that in the chat, and it's launching April 19th on Reenie's channel, so make sure to sign up for that. And you're not going to want to miss it. And without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I finally got it down to a science writing Phenomenova. It took a while, but I finally got it. And anyway, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, you've heard enough from me. Let's bring in my guest. Allie, how you doing?
Hello. I'm here.
We hadn't noticed.
I'm here and I'm awake and it's nighttime, so that's nice.
Yeah, I've noticed. Very observant. So, it's interesting. I mean, I've hung out with you on stream so many times, and whatever. But it's interesting doing this interview because I always, get to hear different sides of people's, like how people got into writing and creating. And I realize I've never asked you, like, maybe I have, I don't remember. We so many times, but what got you into writing?
When I was a kid and I read Eric Carle, I decided I wanted to do that too.
Eric Carle? I don't know if I know that one.
Oh, they don't have you read that anymore in school.
Right.
So
no.
he did the Very Hungry Caterpillar.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got excited. The Hungry Caterpillar. I remember that. Wait,
yeah,
Very
and
Hungry? Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Love
and
it.
That kind of I wanted to do that. And then and I was a very early reader, so that helped. But I started writing these little tiny books on Post-it notes, and I would bind, like I would put tape on the end so that they were bound, and then I would do little stories about, I don't know, whatever. I think I did one. I still have two of them. I did one about a butterfly that didn't want to be a butterfly anymore, and he tries to be a fish, and he can't be a fish, and he tries to be a cat, and he can't be a cat, blah, blah, blah. And then he decides to be a butterfly. Super easy stuff. But like, I was 6, and I would make a whole bunch of them, and I would sell them around my grandma's work, because I'd hide under her desk and make them under there using like effectively stolen office supplies. Because I'd just go into the little closet where they had them all and just hoard them and write my little books. And then it just stayed that way. I think there was a brief period where I wanted to be a famous singer. and then I wanted to be a teacher, but then I realized I hate parents. So, but I've always written, always. I didn't necessarily want to do comics though until I realized that I couldn't make Egg Beater as a movie, because that's what Egg Beater originally was supposed to be, a really B movie.
I love those kinds of movies.
Well, the problem is, despite the goal of it being a B movie with all practical effects and everything, it was still going to cost too much. So I thought that a good way to get my story out, because I want to get it out, I have to. It's like a compulsion. A good way to do that is I'll just kind of translate it over into comics. And then I just so happened to find this channel it's not around anymore, or at least in its original form, but it was Leroy's channel, The Chat, which was every Saturday way back like 4 or 5 years ago now. But they're doing a new The Chat thing now. But I just kind of slid in there and I was like, hey, I want to do Egg Beater. And I found an artist on Facebook. And
that's how I found mine.
Yeah. And he had drawn it was a horror art page, and he had drawn like a cyborg Superman. And that was, I was like, that looks cool and weird. And I wrote him and I said, hey, how would you like to do a comic book? And he said, sure. And that's pretty much it. And he liked it. Like, he was also excited about my story, so that was helpful. That's
really cool. I'm big into horror movies. I mean, I majored in, so it's kind of my alley. It's interesting because I started doing film, like I released after years of it being in editing hell, a book that a film that I had crowdfunded, and that was a very minimalist film with like one actor who's barely there for like 2 scenes, and then one actor, and then just 2 actors, and still I had to raise money from it without even paying the crew, without even paying to rent most of the equipment because it was from my school. Even still, it ended up being like $4,000, because it's like that stuff adds up so quickly when you're into film. It's crazy. And comic book prices, I mean, add up too. They do for sure. But I mean, film, like, totally, especially if you're doing effects, it just adds up so much. Like, you have to pay the actors who die, you have to pay special effects people. I mean, there's all kinds of, I remember trying to learn all the blood effects because I went through like a big slasher movie. I feel like horror is it's actually generally considered one of the best gateways to get into filmmaking, because there's always if you make a great horror movie, you have an audience. If you make a terrible horror movie, you have an audience. If you make a B movie, you have an audience. No matter what, horror fans like it. Which is really refreshing. You can't say the same about drama. I mean, there is, like, now, because cringe movies, like, do get a following. The worst thing I think you could be is forgettable. That's the worst thing. But do you watch a lot of like shitty horror movies?
It depends on what you mean by shitty horror movies.
All right, so I guess we'll just start with the good ones. Like, what are your favorite horror movies?
I like Cemetery Man quite a bit, if that counts as horror. It has zombies and death and like gore and stuff, so I would count it as horror. Incidentally, I haven't seen most of the like classics, so I haven't seen Halloween or Nightmare on Elm Street or.
Oh my god, you're killing! Those are like my favorite ones.
What's the? I saw one Hellraiser movie, but it's like one that everyone says they don't like.
Oh, I didn't even really like. The first one, if I'm being honest. That might be all right, so Hellraiser is like, all right, I gotta educate you. We gotta start doing like movie watching club or something. Get our group together. You and Rainey, whoever else. I'm just gonna
I
say
was
Halloween
doing
is
a movie
awful.
night.
Fucking
The
hell,
problem,
you guys are killing me. Hold on, he just said Halloween is awful. Halloween is my favorite. You guys! Hold on, give me a second. 1 second.
he's having an
This is
aneurysm.
my favorite. Like, I'm a huge Halloween fan. Like, I got the poster in my room, and then none of you guys have seen it or like it. Like, come on, there's got to be at least one of you has to have good taste around here, please. Anyway, sorry, that's a low budget. You want to talk about great low budget movie? That's it. It's so good.
Well, what I was kind of thinking of when I was working on making Egg Beater the movie was Trauma. I don't know if you know
Yeah.
what that
Toxic
is.
Avenger. They're
Yeah,
Jersey.
well,
They're Jersey based.
I haven't actually seen Toxic Avenger,
It sucks,
but
but you'd like it.
I have seen Tromeo and Juliet.
That I have not seen.
And it's quite degenerate, but it's funny, and you kind of watch it you're not watching a trauma movie to see, high cinema.
Right.
But the biggest thing about it is how creative that they get in making their effects. And I bought the guy's book that's called Make Your Own Damn Movie, because I was like, maybe this will help, because all this stuff is super low budget. And I went to school, and in school we learned how to do all of the makeup effects and everything. So I was already going to be doing production and editing and like scouting and casting. Like, I was pretty much just doing everything. But on top of that, I was going to be doing all the effects as well, because this was my like way to save money. It's like, I'll just do everything except the directing. I didn't want to direct. Partially because I think that I'd be terrible at it. I don't think women generally are good directors. There's some exceptions. American Psycho, I believe, has yeah, that's very good, very well done movie. But it's like they're few and far between to get a good female director. We can dig into that, but I just didn't want to do it. I was like, I'm already going to be doing everything else, so I'll just do that. And I bought his book, and I realized reading his book that I was not going to be able to do what he did. Because a big thing was of how he got investors was he actually went to like dentists and orthopedists and stuff, and he would say, hey, if we let you put some of your I don't know, teeth effects or whatever inside of our movie, will you give us money and then we'll like put you in the credits?
I heard
and
that
I was
dentists
like,
donate a lot to horror movies. I did hear that.
yeah, and that sounds great, but I couldn't imagine myself walking into a dentist office and saying, hey, give me money for my movie. So, and I didn't really understand crowdfunding at the time either. I still don't think I would have, but I've learned a lot since then, because this is actually the second Egg Beater crowdfunder. The first one was quite successful. My goal was 5,000 and it made 76. So it made 7,600 on Indiegogo. And now I'm sort of moving over to all the other platforms, because I figured, why limit, my reach? I want as many people as possible to get to have fun and experience like the weird vintagey kind of pun filled, as I say, sweetness that is Egg Beater. But a lot of the effects that he uses in Trauma are quite brilliant, and I was trying to borrow from those. So even he said, if you want to do a car that's blowing up, just find old footage from an old movie and then reuse that. And I was just like, that's brilliant.
Wow.
Just find an old movie, touch it up, and just reuse that. Cut it fast enough to where it looks similar. Nobody will really notice the difference. And then I rewatched a movie where he did it, and I was like, now that I know, but I had no clue. Like, my brain went, wow, he must have gotten someone to donate a car, but he didn't. He really used footage from an old movie.
Wow.
And then obviously there's the old, like, get meat, and cover it in goo, like all that kind of stuff is obvious. But he had a lot of really good tips on how to really save money like that. But still, it was just not going to be enough, partially because I don't want to talk too much about it because it makes people sad, but even though it's not a big deal. But since I have seizures, I can't drive, so I was going to have to include into any budget I made travel expenses down to just driving. Hire a driver. Like, how do I do that? The man, my friend Scott, actually, I have him still forever on loan to play Egg Beater because I based my character off of him, like how he looks.
Oh wow.
And I was like, he lives in Colorado, so and I can't ask him to spend his own money, so I've got to figure out how to fly him out to any locations that I want. I'm in Florida. How am I going to drive there? Then I'm like, there's got to be people that he's killing, so I've got to add in all these other people, and then I've got to figure out how to pay the director, because I had a director and everything, and I was scouting locations, but it was just like, I'm not going to be able to do this. The more I sit down, it doesn't matter how much I cut off, it's not going to happen. So I was like, I'll just translate it into a comic and get it out there. And a big reason why I decided to keep doing it, because I was just going to give up. I was just going to be like, I'll just tell people about this movie I almost made. And I talked to Hart Fisher. I don't know if you know who that is. But he's been making comics like 40 years or something. He was one of the original super indie comics guys who got canceled way back in the 90s because he made a Jeffrey Dahmer comic.
Hart Fisher?
And
I don't know if I know him.
Yeah, and he's a really intense guy, but he's really cool. And he told me, if you make this as a comic, send it to me and I'll read it. And I was like, well, now I have to make it as a comic. So, because I admire him a lot, because he was dragged through the mud back when there was no support system for anyone getting, canceled. He went on, like, I think Jerry Springer and stuff, but he received a lot of hell, and he's had like a very difficult life. So that was a big reason for doing this, and I was like, I have to get it out. So and it's fun. I love talking about it. Even people who aren't super into horror have said that they recognize that it has a place and that it can be enjoyable. So
That's
even
good.
my grandma and my mom, they have no interest in it whatsoever, but they're like, yeah, I can see it. I can see people enjoying it. I'm like, well, good. That's what I want.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, it looks really fun. It looks something like that I would enjoy even outside of knowing you. And the fact that it came from film background helps too. I do want to ask you about like that thing, but I'm looking real quick with Hart Fisher, because this is the first. I think you might have mentioned him once before. Was it controversial just because it was a Jeffrey Dahmer comic? Like, what was controversial about the comic?
Basically because a bunch of snooty, like, suburban moms with nothing else to do thought that it was making him out to be a good guy, but they hadn't read the comic. So they just said, "Oh, making a comic about him, period, means that you're making him out to be a good guy when he's a bad guy. We shouldn't talk about him at all." And Hart Fisher was very like, "Well, don't censor me." And I've had him on my channel, and he's very open. He'd probably come on yours as well. So,
all right, I just followed.
I would definitely reach out to him. He's funny and he's quite intense, but he's also very talented and intelligent. So,
gotcha.
He's
all right.
he's surprisingly a very good poet. He has very intense poetry that's very emotional.
Gotcha. That's cool. I remember I was actually kind of decent at that, except for when we do the ones that when they did the ones that rhymed, I was good at it. But I didn't. I just like I learned about all the other kinds, but I if they didn't rhyme, I just kind of got bored of them. I don't know.
They don't always have to rhyme.
No, I know that. I know. I learned that, but to me, I don't know. They've always sounded wrong if they didn't rhyme, and I don't know why. I learned about like all of it, but even still. Anyway, getting back to this Egg Beater, I mean, this comic looks fun. I'll go ahead and play the trailer, and then I want to continue talking about it. But yeah, you know,
I love my trailer.
Let's see it. All right. Is it? Hang on. Is it playing the audio or no? No. Hold on. It does this shit. Give me a second.
You didn't share the audio.
No, that's not what it is. All right. So it's really weird for some, and I don't know what the issue is. It's only on my Mac. I mean, only on my PC. For some reason in Google Chrome, I have to have Kickstarter open in 2 tabs when I have backers, right? Or when I have Kickstarter. Only Kickstarter. Because one in one browser, one in the other. Because one allows me to play the trailer with audio, but doesn't show anything. I don't know why. In my Chrome. And so I have to have it open in like Firefox and another to actually go through the campaign. I don't know why it does that, but it does.
Sure.
A good baker isn't afraid to get his hands dirty. Eric Hatcher is serving up vengeance, one slice at a time. The Punisher mixes with Gordon Ramsay in this deliciously horrifying slasher comic. Eric Hatcher's family is slaughtered, his bakery ruined, his body and mind broken, but he still has his hunger for revenge. This is no joke.
It's a good trailer. Who did the voice?
Thank you. He's actually a game streamer. And his name on Twitter, I think, is Angel something. I forget. I just randomly saw him on someone else's YouTube. Jay Longbone, actually. I don't know if you know who that is. She was reading that. Yeah, she was reading that terrible Batman in High School comic.
Oh, he's in that? I love that video.
Yeah,
I thought he sounded familiar.
Yeah, he plays Asian Batman.
Yes,
as a
no,
kid.
Asian Alfred, right? Asian Batman. Okay, sorry.
Asian Batman.
Funny too.
He Gasian Alfred. No, he plays Asian Batman, high school Asian Batman in the Jay Longbone thing, and I was like, I love his voice. He's great. He sounds like Antonio Banderas. I want him for my trailer. And I looked him up, and he actually already had done a bunch of voiceover work, and I wrote him, and he was just like, yeah, sure. And he just delivered it perfectly. I just sent him a bunch of puns, and I was like, hey, read these puns. And I just threw it all together. And then I put it on a vinyl, a little 45. Isn't that cute? So cute.
That's really cool.
I printed one.
That's cool.
Because
you only need one.
it cost $70
Holy crap!
to
I was
print
looking
it.
at. I was talking to a printer today. I mean, it's like crazy how many. Because I thought like comics are. I guess they'll be easier going forward, but like it's so many steps, like the printing process. Oh, is your comic this size or this? Oh, what size are the files? Like all these little things. And then you look at the printing costs for some things, and it's like, oh my god, it's
Yeah,
crazy.
it depends. If I had been able to um order more, then it would have been cheaper per cost, but I was like, no one's gonna buy this. This is very much a vanity thing. So that's my own money that I spent on that. That's not comic money. Um I think I did like 2 editing jobs so that I could get that, cuz I had a local kid actually make a song that was Egg Beater's theme song for the movie, like for the credits and stuff. I wanted him to have a theme song, you know, cuz like they all the horror movies have a theme song, you know,
Right, right.
even the ones that borrow, like Exorcist, borrowing Tubular Bells, or
What?
and you know,
It
yeah,
did? I didn't
that
know that.
wasn't made for that movie. Um, but either way, so I had that created based on this much older Hungarian song, that is known as a cursed song. It's a suicide song because it's like, oh, so many people. I guess I should say like self delete song. Um, Self delete in Minecraft, right? YouTube. Uh,
Yeah.
but I had him take inspiration from that, and then so I have this like beautiful melody that's like this haunting melody, and then I had um, Lord Finatra actually mix a bunch of beats and stuff and put the vocals over it, and that's where that comes from. And then and then the schlurp at the end is actually me, because his he had boiling donut oil poured all over him, and so it melted like his whole side of his face,
Mm-hmm.
and because of that he can't like close his mouth. And when I was trying to do the makeup and I was doing like test stuff, I only had myself to work on, so I had my face all scarred up, um uh and I had pulled my lip open and like basically used liquid latex to kind of open it like that, because I was like, it's gonna look all droopy and stuff. And I found myself going because I couldn't I couldn't keep all of the drool. So I decided, wow, it would be so creepy to have this like guy coming up, you know, behind someone and then just going like, you know, and all the hair on the back of your head of your neck would stand up and you'd just be like, ew, what is behind me? And then, you know, he plunges his razor covered egg beater right through your spine, like, and all you hear is after that is the of him like turning the hand cranked egg beater. So yeah, a lot of it was very auditory. So
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
the schlurp
nuts.
at the end is me. And when when I was playing the record for the first time, um I had it turned really really loud, because that's how I like to play them, and I had forgotten that I put the schlurp at the end of it. And so all of a sudden it's my voice echoing schlurp like all across my whole neighborhood, and I was like, oh god. Everyone just heard me slurping. It was very silly.
That's cool. Yeah. Uh, I mean that's really interesting. I like those little details like that. The slurping, all that. What I guess because I getting back to it because I know we have B movie horror, right? But there's so many directions you could take B movie horror. Why did you decide to do like a Punisher style story? Like how did you come up with the basis for it? I just figured Baker Punisher is really cool. Oh, it's 28 pages?
It honestly, it's probably gonna end up being more.
Oh, okay.
The 28 was, well, it started out as 24, and then I had a stretch goal for 4 more pages, but I'm looking at the script and it's probably gonna end up being more. But that's fine. It can only be good to have more, right?
Yeah.
And I've been updating pretty consistently and everything, so I can actually show you the moment that it occurred to me if you want.
Yeah,
I
let's
can
see it.
bring up Maromi, you know what? Your face is lame.
What's lame? I don't know what's lame. The
His face is lame, that's what.
uh,
All right, here you go. So, this is me in 2006.
Wait, so you've had this idea for a very long time then?
Uh-huh. Since
Wow.
this day. This day in art class in community college in 2006 when we found this like old egg beater that our teacher had like spray painted white, and we were using it in a still life, and then when we were done we put it back, and I was like trying to crank it, but it was broken, so it was making this creepy noise, and I was just like, wouldn't it be crazy to like cut my tongue off with it? And then my friend was like, ha ha, and she took a picture of me doing it with my terrible makeup and my like ridiculous hair and my Cinderella shirt, which was a band I'd never even listened to. I just thought the shirt was cool. I was a loser. But yeah, so that is the moment that it happened. I couldn't stop talking about it the rest of the day. We went back to my friend's house and they gave me rum for my first time ever. And
boy.
I was just like, guys, wouldn't it be funny if there was a serial killer who used an egg beater? And they were just like, Allie, you're being ridiculous. And I just couldn't stop. I was like, no, it'd be great. We'll have Scott play him because he's creepy without being creepy. And what'll happen is he'll hand crank an egg beater, and it's big now. Like you can see in the picture that it's like industrial sized. But in like that night, I was like, he'd put razors on it and like gouge your eyes out with it and stuff. Like but it's definitely better that my artist made this huge one. It's a lot more intimidating.
Don't know what you got till it's gone. There you go.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, so this is the moment when it was born. And I'll forever be grateful for my friend Jess who snapped this stupid picture.
Well, that's
And it's funny that we were doing this today because I had randomly found it. Like I don't just have it sitting around. I was purging files and I was like, oh yeah, this. I should put it in front.
Allie's
Is that Allie?
It's
Yeah,
pale.
that's the light. Well, I think he means in this picture. That's the lighting in the art room.
That makes sense. So it added pigmentation.
Yeah, my friend just like it's not like we were planning on this being some sort of forever thing, which is why I look ridiculous. And the lighting is bad and stuff. Like it was just sort of a haha, like we're being weird. Yeah. So
gotcha. All right. Yeah, that's so interesting.
That's the moment it happened.
Back in college. Wow. And yeah, and then now that you've come all this way, when you were getting into, so you got into comics through film. You didn't really grow up with comics, it sounds like then, right?
No. And in fact, I have not read very many comics either. My
What
camera
what did you
is
do?
having a seizure. Okay. I had not read many comics either. In fact, you know the Kiss comics?
Yeah, I think Mike Barron wrote a lot of those actually.
Well, my dad had them when I was 9, and I spilled water all over them on accident. And they were
Oh.
ruined. Um,
Were they worth anything? Do you know?
I assume so. Aren't they like a huge collector's thing? Because they
It
have like their
depends. If it
blood
came
in
out in
them
the
or something.
What?
Didn't they put their blood in the ink?
That is, I haven't heard that. That's crazy if that's true. What the hell?
Well, I don't know if it's true, but I know that they said that. By
Yeah.
accident, you fake editor girl. No, I'm a real editor, but I was 9 and I didn't know what it was. And I just like, I don't even remember what I was doing. I was sitting at the table or something, and I just accidentally knocked whole thing of water all over the Kiss comics. So,
Mike Barron probably
yeah.
has some hints. Oh, speaking of which, he offered to give me some Nexus stuff. I should probably do that to really get on that.
Well, I didn't actually read any comics at all until I hit college, and I found Sandman by chance in the library. Like, I was just walking around my college library trying to find something to read that I hadn't read already. And I saw, I think I probably was just like, Sandman, that's an interesting title. Oh, Neil Gaiman. I know who that is. And I was like, wow, this is cool. Like, these are really pretty. This is interesting. And that's pretty much all I've read other than, well, until I started buying indie comics in the last like 5 years. That's pretty much all that I had read was Sandman and the Mara Jade comics. Now I have a whole shelf. Well, no, I guess I have some of Matt Groening's early comics. His box full of hell. I have that. Those are comics, I guess, technically. Yeah, awesome one. More words than art, so he didn't read Sandman. I've heard that, and I understand. I've heard that because of that, they're kind of considered chick comics, like they're for chicks, and I understand. They kind of are.
Is that the thing? Like, girls prefer more words? I've been meaning to read The Sandman. I know that's like considered one of the greatest comics ever written. Sandman by Neil Gaiman.
Are they? Okay, read them, but don't buy them because Neil Gaiman is a douchebag.
Yeah, what happened with that? I know that was a big thing with you.
Well,
Unless you don't want to talk about it.
He called me a racist on Twitter because I told him that he was a hypocrite and he was betraying all his fans and his own work.
Why? How was he doing that?
It's a big. I was one of his biggest fans, dude. I have his signature tattooed on my arm that he signed. No, because I still like his writing, and I'm gonna get more of my like. I want Anne Rice on here too and stuff, but he signed it, and then I have the death, the ultimate death thing that's like a box, and he signed that. But he spent 30 years telling people, Sandman's unfilmable. I don't want to make it. The only way I'd make it is if I made sure that it was faithful because of the fans. He even said on Twitter, like 8 months or something before the Sandman show cast was announced, he was talking about how he could never betray. You can't betray the fans because they're the ones who make a thing. And so that gave people hope, like, oh, he wouldn't make something woke. He wouldn't ruin it, even though he was married to this like stupid bitch feminist. But that's immediately what he did. And when I pointed out that he was being a hypocrite, he like retweeted me and said that I was being racist and when someone who's big like that retweets you, they won't say it, but they know that people will dogpile on you.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
No, not very many people did, actually. Only
Oh.
a few like weirdos who had too much time on their hands did, and it's just like, okay, I blocked.
I've dealt with some of those.
But it was still stupid. I was like, really? You're gonna tell me that I'm not a real fan? I know your books backward and forward, dude. Like, again, I've got you tattooed on me. Almost the only cosplay I've ever done is Death. Obviously, it's not a leap. And when they came out with the show, and it is such shit for so many reasons. I called him out. I said, well, you're Kneel now. Kneel. You're kneeling. You gave up. It's trash.
Wow.
It's total trash. Gaiman donated to Mark Waid's defense fund during the tortious interference lawsuit. I don't even know what that is.
Oh, wasn't that was I think I heard about that. That was like he sided with Mark Waid when he was suing your boy Zach, right? I don't want to spread misinformation if I'm getting the story wrong, but I think I did hear that he was for like some censorship. I don't know if that's 100% true. It's a shame because I love Coraline. You know, it is a shame when people like that are objectively talented do stuff like that, you know.
Well, at this point now, I've read some Sandman scripts. And I've got to say, I don't think he's very good at script writing. I think that, yeah, just like, what's his name who did The Killing Joke?
Alan Moore?
Yes, kind of like Alan Moore. Not as bad as Alan Moore. Alan Moore's scripts are trash. But,
all right, is my mic bad? Is it bad?
I think he's messing with you. I can hear you just fine.
Here's the thing, because every time because I have had audio issues, and I think 90% of the time they're screwing with me, but I have to address it 100% of the time.
Yeah. 90% of the time, 100% of the time. Yeah, Henry, the death casting was horrible, offensive, disgusting. And people got mad at me because I said, okay, how about you put her in whiteface?
Also,
for real,
a fan of you.
because she Death she's not pale, you know, she's not Caucasian, as it were. She's pure white. That's how she appears in her home. She can shapeshift and look however she wants. She appears to be African in one comic. That's canon. Have her be African in that one scene. Like, that's fine. No one's gonna complain because it's canon. But if you're gonna
read, but even then, I know that character is very pale. Right? Isn't that like her iconic?
She's literally pure white, and but she can appear. When she changes, she usually just changes how she's dressed. So if she's appearing in Victorian times, she's wearing a dress with like a bustle, but it's always the same sort of deal. And the thing is, I was like, well, just, you know, cast her, whatever. Maybe she's a great actress. I don't know. But put her in whiteface, like pure whiteface. I'm not saying make her a white person, whatever that means, but put her in whiteface. Why not? It's just makeup, right?
That's nuts.
And instead they were just like, no, we're not even going to put any makeup on her. And it ended up looking bland. Plus, she was terrible at it. Like, Death is supposed to be full of life. You know, she's cute and bubbly and you know, earnest and caring and silly. But this chick was just so bland. She's just like, hello, dream. You shouldn't be sad. And it's like, why?
Yeah, so I mean, even from again, I've never read Sandman, right? It's been on my list, but I mean, even then, like, I can immediately picture what she looks like as soon as she just has a very distinct look, and she's pretty, but she just doesn't look like the character.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that too. I've always I remember what the hell did I just what the all right, sorry. I've always like there's nothing wrong with wanting someone to look like the character, you know? There's nothing wrong with that at all.
Well, and even when I cosplayed her, I put on pure white sparkly makeup. I was like, it's not like I went, you know, with even as pale as I am. I was like, I made myself pure white because she's like she's more than a god. She's death and life personified. She's more powerful than any other DC character out there. And she's appeared in several comics. And the only time they've done her right in film, they've only done it a couple times, but the only time they've done it is they had one short that was on a DVD. It's like a special edition for something else, and it's a short that is just beautiful. It's animated, and it's just gorgeous. So they're capable of doing it right, but they refuse. And the thing is, she was based on a real person.
Yeah, that's what someone said that. By the way, is my mic any better? But little compared to is it still low, guys? I'm trying.
It doesn't sound low to me.
Yeah, I'm trying. I gotta make sure. I appreciate being held accountable for my
Yeah, she's one of the endless. She even says at the end of everything, she closes the door and locks up the universe.
She's the original Stellar Blade. She's the original Stellar Blade based on a person. When he, I know that was another thing too. I think Starfire was based on a person. I was saying that was a whole weird needs of testosterone. Like, God damn it. That was a whole controversy. Did you ever see the Starfire thing? For some reason, people are insisting that the character is black, and the character is like orange.
Yeah, there's like a whole thing where people were saying she was based on a black chick or something, but she actually wasn't. It's just a bunch of people who don't know what they're talking about. And I was never really into the Teen Titans or anything, but the TV show, they just made her look like a whore.
Like, she had like pink hair.
She looks like a prostitute.
There's no listen. You can have. I mean, to be fair, Starfire kind of dresses like this in the comics. So, but the thing is,
but she looks like a streetwalker. She's got that big coat on. Like, I was like, really, but have that woman play her. Fine, maybe she's the best Starfire ever, but put her in orange makeup. Like, why?
And very little clothing. That's an important detail.
She's orange.
Mm-hmm.
Brave orange queen.
Yeah, I mean it's like it's also like low key. I almost feel like unintentionally, which a lot of these super woke types are, racist because the character's background is she was like sold into slavery, and they're like she's black coded, and I'm like, dude, what?
Yeah, see, they don't realize like that they're being. Yeah, they don't realize they're being the thing that they say that they're not being. It's so stupid. They're just idiots.
And it's like it's also they keep saying coded, and it's like part of the thing I'm seeing is there's and she just has that. They said that about Tim Drake Robin too. Like, he's Asian coded. He's always been Asian coded, and I'm like, what is that? What do you mean coded? What are you talking? His name.
That's just them making excuses for their own racism.
I remember someone said that, and I literally grabbed my comic off the shelf, and I was like, that's his parents. They're white. Like, no. Someone was telling me that like they turn Quicksilver white, and it's like he's been white since his first appearance. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. It's really weird.
I don't know much about that, but someone was like, oh, he's Romani, and it's like, oh, but I thought that he was adopted by Romani people.
Well, it's all right. So it's complicated. Both.
Because he's white. Like, he's Magneto's son, who was adopted by Romani people. But the thing is,
his mom is Romani, but she's white. The mom is a white. Are we allowed to say gypsy, or are you not allowed to say that anymore?
I think you just can't say gypsy if you live in Romania. You can say it here, because they have like the gypsy wedding show and stuff.
Gotcha.
But the thing is, like I said, I don't know much about it, but if you look up like Romani people, they don't all look alike.
Yeah, I know they're racist. They're always racist. They
Yeah.
really are. It's so bad.
They don't all look alike, guys.
They'll
Chill.
They'll be like, this person has I notice another thing they'll say a lot too is they'll be like, yeah, but you only like people when they have like Eurocentric features. And I'm like, what are you talking about, man? Like, it's just all this shit, dude. But yeah, so that's with weirdos. But you know, it's a good thing that we're not that, and that we could just kind of create stuff and have it be cool. Why is Egg Beater white? Can we? If I direct the film and I'm like, you get it funded, but I have to make it a woman, would you be down?
No.
Why not? What do you have against women? What do you have against women?
That's a baiting question because you know that I'm the biggest misogynist. That's bait. bait.
Yeah. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I'll direct it. Well, actually, that's not true. I have my own comic to fund. But if theoretically I direct it and we get a woman to play Egg Beater.
Yeah, put a chick in it and make her gay and lame.
And lame. They just give them a Silver Surfer because people are like, guys, this is on its way out. They're stopping these trends, and I'm like, no, they're not. They're still doing it. Like, why? Like everything, man. It's so annoying.
No, that's not a thing that will be occurring.
Unfortunately.
Why is he white? Because he's from Hungary.
Oh, is he? Are you kidding me? He's from Hungary?
Yeah.
The food guy is... Oh my god. The whole book is gonna be just puns. How many puns per panel, per page? On average?
Gosh, I don't know.
Is there one
At
on every
least
page?
Almost every page.
Okay.
Not in there are no puns in the parts where like his kids die and stuff, because that would be in poor taste. But
Right. Poor taste.
because his whole family, yeah, his whole family. You're welcome. His whole family is killed in front of him, and it's very traumatic.
Right.
He's crazy now. So,
so then, how do you transition to the humor from there?
Well, because he's crazy.
So we're laughing at we're laughing at this mentally ill man who's going through a very hard time.
No, we're not laughing at him.
We're laughing.
We're
with
celebrating as he mocks his victims.
And you, what I'm
because he was a dad, so he's making dad jokes. It's an homage to his children.
I do have a question because it's 28 pages, might be a little more. I remember you saying that he kills a dozen people, right? Like a baker's dozen.
A baker's dozen.
Wait, what's the difference?
That's 13.
Why?
What do you mean, why?
Like, why do they have an extra? What then? Isn't it what? Bakers have? So do they get their own special, like, cartons of eggs? Really? The baker's dozen is 13?
Uh-huh.
I don't
always
cook
has
food.
been.
I'm not a woman. I don't need to cook food.
Well, bakers usually are men.
Yeah, but I'm not a baker though.
Why does Vaughn want an entire woman's family murdered in front of her? Why do you hate women, Vaughn?
I don't know.
I'm not allowed to talk about why he hates women or doesn't hate women. I got in trouble.
I don't hate women.
Or doesn't. Do you want to see something cool?
I'm so confused. What are you talking about? All right, sorry, continue.
What are you talking about?
I'm just responding to you. What do you mean? All right, sorry, what is...
What am I talking about? What are you talking about?
I'm following you, and we're walking off a cliff.
Why would you follow me? I'm a woman.
Oh my god. There's a lot of reasons to hate women. Top 10.
I'm trying to find something for you really quick.
Irish Gypsy.
Why women deserve less. A book.
Oh, I think I know that. I think I've that's probably on my reading list. Wait, is that an actual book? I thought it was a joke.
I
Because we
think
keep
it
seeing
is
it
a
in
joke.
memes. Is that's not an
It's
actual?
I think I'm pretty sure it's just a meme.
Okay. Anyway, so I didn't know Baker's. So it's third. So he kills 13 people in 28 pages. So that's you got to get to the action
Um,
fast then.
that's part of why I think it's gonna end up being more
But I mean, even
than
still, like that's like what, a person every 2 pages? I guess they'll
his
kill some in
first
a few batches.
his first 2 kills are in the first 4 pages.
Hmm. Gotcha.
All right. I've sent a link.
Okay.
Oh, it's a real book, says Dean.
Is it actually?
I guess.
Huh.
Back
Literature.
Why Women Deserve Less, everyone.
Yeah, hold on. Well, all right. We'll give her more money on her Kickstarter, but otherwise, she thinks women deserve less. Probably not the thing you should be saying while you're.
Teen, teen,
Wait.
teen, 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 teen. Hello, boils and ghouls. It's your old pal, John Cusir, the voice of the Crypt Keeper. And tonight's terror tale I call What's Cooking? That's right, Eric. This is a special shout out just for you. I understand they call you Egg Beater. Yes, I know, because you're a cook or you like to bake. Actually, you're a baker. You know, there is the butcher, the baker, and the undertaker. That's a little different fairy tale than the one the others tell. But listen, Allie wanted to wish you one hell of a good time, you know, because you have a long life ahead of you, and an even longer death. Which means you have to enjoy each and every day, and of course, every night. Well, listen, someday we're going to have to get together and, exchange baking recipes. Have you tried my lady fingers? They're delicious, although milady was not so quick to part with them.
I do remember seeing that. So that you got that for who?
So, for Eric Hatchard, the Egg Beater.
Oh, that's the name of the character. Okay.
Yeah, I have the Crypt Keeper talking to him. So now technically Egg Beater is Crypt canon.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
I sneaked that in there. So it costs like way more to get a business endorsement on there. So instead I just wrote it as though I was worried about my friend Eric because he was having a hard time. So he really likes puns and horror movies. So could he like give him a pep talk? And that's what I got.
That's really
So
I gotta think that through. That's genius.
I know I'm slippery.
Sneaky. Demon schemes and scams.
I might do another one because he did such a good job, but I was having him also give a pep talk because I had to launch later, so I wanted people to still be excited. So I was like, I'll do this other thing. So yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, that's really cool. No, yeah, pushing back. So you've launched it, and how far into the book is it? Because I know you've done a campaign before. Did you close it down the Indiegogo? It sounds like
the Indiegogo is closed. I'm doing the Kickstarter until it's closed. I believe there's 45 or something more days left. And then I'm gonna go over to Fund My Comic.
Gotcha. 51 days.
The
to go.
indie 51. Okay. Oh no. What was the question?
The question. So how far along is the book?
Right. So he just started another 4 pages. So he's on pages 13 through 17 right now.
Gotcha.
Everything else he has done once, and he's doing it all traditional. It's all on paper, like by hand. Black and white. And it's very like vintage style, think Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles early comics or The Crow. What's going on with my camera? That sort of look. Once he's all done with them, he's gonna send me the bundle, and then I'm going to do some touch-ups and then also do the lettering. And the lettering I want to do kind of like Sandman, where for some characters, like Egg Beater specifically, the bubble looks like how they talk. So you're going to be able to look at it and know, like, oh, he has kind of like a gooey, drippy voice that's like, because he can't keep all his spit in his mouth. So yeah, that's what I want to do.
So he's in the lettering, or you are?
I am.
Oh, cool.
I am.
I haven't learned lettering yet. It looks. I know it'll be helpful. It's I mean, just because I know it probably would help me with my thumbnails too. Actually, I feel like.
I mean, I'm doing it all by hand, so some of it I'll probably do on a stream so people can see. And then I've got from the Indiegogo, I have a whole bunch of stuff that I'm making. I'm doing some wooden coasters that I had to wood burn. I'm making a bunch of dolls for the Indiegogo. Well, not a bunch. I'm making 5 little dolls, Egg Beater dolls that I'm hand sewing. I decided I'm not going to do any of that stuff anymore. But I do still have on the Kickstarter, and I'll probably keep doing them because I love them so much. I still have the apron. Yeah. It's super cool apron, and it's embroidered with the Cross Pins logo. That's the 2 rolling pins covered in blood. And it's got these nice deep pockets, so you can put, severed limbs in them, or, knives or whatever. And it, like, you can adjust it pretty easily. I really like the apron.
And those
so
aren't
that's on there.
Anymore, or it is.
No, the apron is still available. It's
add-on?
on the Kickstarter as an add-on. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
And then there's a new minimalist cover on there that has the cross pins, because he wears the cross pins on his back like samurai swords, so that he can reach back and just go and then pull them forward and
what does he go like?
Do it and take them and just go bam, like on the side of people's heads and squish their heads together or whatever. I think there's a panel that has him just decimating this guy's skull right in the middle, just going like this. This is going to be very bloody, gory, violent time. I can't show too much of it on Kickstarter because then they would have not approved it. But I've shown I showed some more panels on the Indiegogo, which you can still see if you just go click on about. And I've shown it on my Twitter. I'll probably put some more on my website too. sanguislibris.net has a whole revamp that I'm doing. And that little infographic is super shareable. That's kind of why I made it. And that that bookmark is by Jason Kreger, who is awesome. And then the word went out of my head. The print right there is by Dean James, who is Comics Mate. He's in the chat right now. He very nicely made that. And that's the origin of the fly that's in my trailer, is that cute little fly buddy up there. His name is Frederick J. Flabbergast. And so my plan is that I'm going to make 3.5 more comics with Egg Beater in it. And they're going to be hit the Butcher and the Candlestick Maker, and then also one about the Fly himself, and then a versus where they're all like fighting each other, and I'll put them in an omnibus. Like, I mean, it probably won't be that big, but I'll put them in an omnibus.
The Fly was in the trailer?
Yeah, he's flying all over the place.
Gotcha. So he's there, his friend. Okay. So that was going to be one of my questions, actually, was if you were going to continue the franchise. So you are.
I mean, I'm not going to do another
Egg Beater. You're not going to do another Egg Beater, but it sounds like you're going to do in the same universe.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't like the word universe, but yeah.
Same.
And I wrote little nursery rhymes for all of them and everything. So yeah, I'll do all of that, and then I'll have a versus where they all fight each other, and then I want a little mini comic with the Fly, and he's gonna probably be like fighting a spider or something, like using his wits, with his little fly wits, because he's the cutest fly ever. Dean drew him, and I just couldn't stop looking at him, so it was like, freaking Frederick. I love him.
Gotcha.
He's so cute. I should put him on some shirts or something. He's so adorable.
The Fly?
Mm-hmm.
You think the Fly is cute?
He's super cute.
Do you think real life flies are cute?
No.
Okay. Just making sure.
But this one is.
This one is. Okay. Got it.
And isn't Frederick J. Flabbergast like the cutest name for a fly?
Name. It's a great name.
The J is for James, and that's because of Dean James. His dad's name is James.
Gotcha. Yeah, do you have a list of names? That reminds me, I gotta do something.
I do. All the great writers do. Even
That reminds me, I need to come with a middle name for my character. I haven't done that.
Charles Dickens, he had a list of names. I used to work at a call center, and whenever I got a really weird caller who was mean or strange or whatever, if they had a really interesting name, I would write it down. And you would be surprised how many like just weird names that there are. And I would write it down, and sometimes I would write a limerick to go along with it. Like, there was a Clevenger Griggs once.
Yeah.
And I was like, how is that even a real name? How are you a person and not a character in, like, a Victorian novel?
Clevenger Griggs. That's a good name.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you try getting them on the show?
Who?
Mr. Griggs.
Mr. Clevenger Griggs?
Yeah.
No, because that was, like, 2006.
And see what they're up to.
And I was talking to him about his son's student loans at the time, so it might have been weird. But I've got a lot. Like, a lot of people just had these weird, interesting names. So,
gotcha.
That's what I should do. I should start posting all of my weird limericks that I wrote, but they're quite violent.
It's unfortunate.
Is it?
No. It's very on brand, actually. Who are your favorite writers, by the way? I know you keep saying Anne Rice, Neil Gaiman formerly.
I still like his writing pre-Idiocy.
Right.
Like, he's just not a good screenwriter. I I think he kind of has to bend the knee to his feminist now ex-wife because she's got his kid. So he's
though,
trapped.
dragging you on Twitter though, like what does he gain from dragging you?
Probably clout with his stupid ex-wife.
Oh,
I don't know.
that's messed up though.
Anne Rice, yes, absolutely, but not everything Anne Rice did. And nothing that she worked on with her son at all. In fact, I despise her son in every way.
What's wrong with his son?
Anne Rice's son?
Yeah, I don't know anything about him. I don't know anything about Anne Rice, actually.
He's a fucking idiot.
Okay.
And he's untalented. He's trying to slide on his parents' success.
Yep, this
he
looks
sold,
like Allie books.
He sold his mom's soul, man. That I have a whole series of videos on the Interview with the Vampire TV show. Freaking trash that they put out. And it's all 100% his fault that it's so terrible and gross. Hello, Cam. What's up?
Cam,
Wild Cam enters the chat. It's all terrible, and he's a narcissist who clearly hates his parents and wishes that he was as good as they were. Kind of like J.R.R. Tolkien's grandson is a crappy writer. So he goes around saying, "Oh, my grandpa wasn't that good." Like,
what?
It's
really?
the same deal. Yeah.
That's crazy. I didn't know that. Like because I had heard whispers. I wasn't really following the Rings of Power. Was that Rings of Power related, or was that before that? Dude,
it was before
sucks.
that. He's never liked him.
That's why you gotta make sure that not only that you marry well, but that your kids marry well, so your grandkid doesn't do that to you.
Yeah.
You know? That's a lot of work. If my little shit grandchildren start shit talking their old man or their old, would they still call him old man? I guess their grandpa, we're gonna have problems. So, you know what I mean. My legacy is important.
Henry met her.
Wow.
Yeah, I had an ongoing correspondence with her on Facebook for a few years.
Really?
She was always very nice. Yeah, and very open to discussing all sorts of things. Very sweet woman. But her son is a piece of shit.
Did he say anything bad about his mom?
He doesn't have to. He calls her by her name.
Wow. That's not good. Dude, if I called my mom by her name, I would get some serious flack for that. Rightfully so.
Yeah.
Rightfully so.
He calls both his parents by their names, and he speaks about them in... I joined his Facebook group so that I could spy on him for my videos reviewing that stupid show. And he's just like, he's always talking about how, when Anne went to Paris, she always felt so embarrassed that she wrote about Paris without having been there. Like, he's such trash. I invite him to come on to my show at any time and defend himself and his trash personality and his trash writing, because all he writes is gay smut. And it's terribly written. Like, you can do that correctly, but no, he's got to do it correctly. Gross.
Who's your favorite writer that writes gay smut correctly?
Well, incidentally, it's not gay specifically, but Anne Rice wrote some erotica, and if you're gonna read erotica, it's like the best written erotica out there that's not smutty. Like,
have you tested and compared it to other?
I mean, I have read a little bit. Like I have a book of Victorian erotica, which is hilarious because it was clearly I say this not to sound feminist, but Victorian erotica was clearly written by men about
woman or
about things they didn't really understand. But, or maybe they did and it's just pure fantasy, but it's always hilarious. But I don't read like romance novels or anything like that. I think I did read some of the gore novels just out of curiosity. Those aren't very good either. I would count Stranger in a Strange Land as smut, even though a lot of people think of it as some sort of like weird hippie Bible. But I think it's just smut. But I mean, you can write anything and do it well. It's just most people would rather not try.
Right. Why would you try writing? It's hard. It's hard. Well, you know,
I mean,
it's fun.
For some people, it's hard, I guess.
Well, it depends. You know, you got to get good at it. It really is weird. Like sometimes I'll take a lot of effort on something, and other times it'll just, you know, I get it. I actually found that writing, for example, this video essay that I'm. By the way, guys, this video essay, I am an hour into it. I thought it was gonna be not that long. I'm less than halfway through the script, and I am at the hour mark. So. Expect a
Hey,
long
that
video.
happens sometimes.
Expect a long.
Are you still determined to make it PG?
Yeah, there is only. All right, I'll tell you this because I'm debating. There's this. The only part that would make it not. Even then, it would still probably be. I'd have to think of how I do it. The only part is there's one part in the game where they do because I wanted to make the argument. It was genuinely relevant to my points, and it was also just a moment. There is one part where they clearly imply Cloud and Tifa had sex, and I use that as to show, hey, clearly, you know, he doesn't end up with Aerith, you know. But I could possibly cut that.
just, I'll watch it.
All right, hang on. Here, let me. I could read what the script says. I'm very witty about it. I say
if you do say so yourself.
Well, we'll determine that.
Let's hear your wit.
Oh, you're gonna hear some of my voice acting too in this.
Oh boy.
I was doing some voice acting. This script, Jesus. No, this is the wrong script. All right, hold on. How many scripts have I written? Okay, here we go. 49. I had to force myself to stop writing because I kept adding pages, and it was a problem. Huh. All right, this is a little sneak peek for you guys. By the way, we have my Final Fantasy VII homage cover should hopefully be in tomorrow. We're just adding the logos. Okay, I am. Where is it? God damn it. Sex scene is. Oh, here we go. All right, I found it. All right, boom. Let's go. Let's go. All right. You guys, this is a spoiler for my video, guys. I'm sure it's. You guys are. I consider yourselves lucky. All right. It's pretty clear she wasn't just laying on his shoulder all night, guys. If you catch my drift. Regardless, it doesn't take away from the heartfelt moment. There we go. That's basically it. So does that make it not PG?
I am in awe of your wit.
Thank you. I aim to please. I was less smart. I thought I was smarter about it, and then I read the line. And I was like, oh, that was actually rather basic. Moving on. So wait, does that make it not PG, the video? You're the parental guidance board in this situation.
That's fine. I think it would go over most kids' heads.
Okay, cool. There you go. Anyway, so Egg Beater, guys, you got to back it. This is gonna be a fun book. And when do you think it'll be out by? Like, when do you think it'll be done by?
I'm hoping for the main artwork to be done by October, but I've like I said, I've been pretty diligent on keeping people updated and showing everyone what's happening. So
Do you have a mailing list?
I do.
Good stuff. Where
I think I had a little over 300 people on it. And I got up to 200 because I did a pool stream with the Ethot Alley doll. Like I said,
What?
when I get to 200, I'll do a pool stream. Have you not met Ethot Alley?
No.
Do you want to meet Ethot Alley?
No.
Yeah, you do.
It doesn't matter.
I brought it up
meet her
now.
anyway.
You're gonna meet Ethot Alley anyway.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
So
get her.
I figured it didn't really, matter. Hey guys,
You're
come
gonna
on.
be
We could get so close. We're so close to getting the goal. And if it gets on my channel, that'll look really good for me. So if any of you guys want to back, make me look good.
It'll look really good for you. Wow. It's all about you.
My channel will look real. They'll be like, look at this. You'll have to. I'll hold it over your head forever. It's like all good streamers and promoters. What her eyes are so.
So this is Ethot Alley.
She's staring into my soul. Oh my god.
She was the answer to when people kept saying oh, you have to act like a thought in order to make any money. Like, I would act like a thought if I were me. I was like, you know what, fine. Here's Ethot Alley. There she is. You're welcome. And I painted her face. I erased her face and then repainted it back on. She has her own videos where she does like yoga and stuff. Yeah, that's Ethot Alley. And when I hit 200 signups, I put a little
Henry Bemis said I've had girlfriends with those crazy eyes.
Yeah. I put a fishing lure on her so that she would like float up. And I just read like and I put her in my pool. I just had her like floating there in a little floaty. And then I read parts of my book. Cause like I'm not getting in the pool. Like freaking
You can get in like a raincoat in the pool.
No.
It'd be an epic prank.
Absolutely not.
Yeah,
No.
you wear like what the hell was I thinking? I blanked on it. Or maybe it wasn't that funny of a joke then. I don't remember. Anyway. I don't remember. Guys, yeah, this book it's going to be around that's actually very fitting, October. So are you going the whole thing up the whole way on Kickstarter before Fund My Comic? And I assume Fund My Comic isn't going to have this cover then, the minimalist cover.
No, that's the cover from now on. The Indiegogo cover is the one that was the VHS style cover.
Really?
This is the cover from now on, the minimalist cover. Although I might have a variant at some point, but that's going to be the cover from now on.
Gotcha. Right on. That's cool. She'll set your clothes on fire because she loves Did that happen to you?
Yeah.
By the way, we got a lot of people watching right now. If you're on Twitter, check out this link, and also make sure to sub to my friggin' YouTube channel, guys. We're so close to. It's so weird. I noticed you've been uploading YouTube Shorts too, Allie. The algorithm is so insane. I can't figure it out. Like I've just been posting like every day. What the hell? All right, hold on. I got to show this real quick. This is so weird. All right, so the YouTube algorithm. Okay, I post this one, right? 5,000 views. Next day, 7 views. Like what the hell? Like these stories, the topics are similar. The videos are of equal quality. Why did this one make 5,000 and this one made 7?
I don't know.
And then I did the wait. Why did my response to this one get more than? I've been on YouTube for 10 years, Allie. You know that? 11 years, actually.
Congratulations.
11 years. Oh, shit, for my launch party. Oh, my mom's in Florida. Otherwise, I would be able to show never before seen footage. Actually, I might even be able to get it if I can walk my way through it. Never before seen footage of the first movies ever made. And I was like a small child. But I don't know if people might not like that. Actually, it's pretty bad. But you guys,
It's good to have. It's good to develop self-awareness, Vaughn.
Well, listen, Allie, people really liked my old video. Well, they liked the idea of my old videos more than the videos are really bad. Like my old videos, they're not even like funny bad. I actually kind of are, but like, yeah. How long have you been on YouTube? Show? I mean, I could Doug209. I could show you. Hold on. Is it as good as The Room? No, you've seen The Room, right, Allie? I had one of the actors from The Room on my show. I gotta get into. Hang on, I gotta write that down. I gotta get it. Hang on, I gotta get it. Room actors.
Why would I watch The Room when I could just watch all of the YouTubers who have
No, the movie's so
reviewed
good.
it?
The movie's so you have to watch it because it's like Wait, what the fuck did I just do? Oh, all right, I just did that. All right. No, it's really good. I have a signed Blu-ray by Tommy Wiseau. It's really a good film. All right, here we go, boys. All right, the oldest video. Have you ever seen this?
I can't even see it now.
Hold on, get ready to listen to these are the
so
first words
ready.
I ever uttered on
What is up, guys? It is Captain Justice bringing you my first video, and I'm going to be talking about Injustice God.
There we go. That was my first video. What do you think? Pretty good?
I'm thinking so many things.
Wait, what are you thinking? Do you like the low quality image? This is the highest quality. It's not me. Like this is the video is just really zoomed in on a video game cover because they didn't know how to crop properly. It doesn't even say the name of the game is Injustice and it's cropped out. It's not even centered properly. It's just it's just a mess. This video.
So this voice that you're using right now. This is actually your low voice.
What do you mean?
Like this is as low as your voice is gonna go. This is your grown-up voice.
What are you talking about?
This voice right now that you're using. This is your grown-up voice forever.
It's a good voice. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm just surprised that it's lower than the one in that video. I thought we were still waiting for your balls to drop.
Fuck you. Fuck off. Oh, here's my face reveal video.
From anything I've ever done before. So
That's me. It was 10 years ago. Do you like my haircut?
It's great, I guess.
Yeah. I liked it. I was like a little kid. You know? I had
Now
style.
you got the Justin Bieber thing going on.
I did
Or
make
not
a
Justin
video.
Bieber. Now you have the Justin Timberlake thing going on. You went from Bieber to Timberlake.
Speaking of Justin Bieber, it's actually funny because they had a fake rumor that Justin Bieber was Robin, and I did a video really angry about
hey,
it.
what is up, guys? It is Captain
Whoa! My voice dropped in that year. Do you hear that? Wow. Incredible.
What is up, guys? This is Vaughn Coleman. I'd like to talk to you about Robin.
I wasn't allowed to show
I'm
my
really-
face.
I'm really mad that he's
I was
Justin Bieber.
My channel name was Captain Justice 33 at the time. Yeah, it's really good stuff. So
Thanks
yeah,
for that.
I mean, you're welcome. Anytime. No, I mean, I'm just glad that I think we all grew from this experience.
Yes, we did.
Listen, all right. Did you make anything cool 10 years ago? Like me?
Yeah, because 10 years ago,
you weren't a child.
Still an adult.
Yeah, never mind. I wasn't. I was very young, as a kid. All right, so anyway, let's see what we got. I mean, we went through like a lot with Egg Beater. I know it's interesting. Now that you've gotten into like indie comics now, do you have any favorites now, or is it just still the same?
What do you mean?
Like comics.
I liked Monster MG.
Okay.
That's a good one. Battlebrook Road, I like a lot.
Oh, that one's that was Eric Weathers, right?
Yeah, that was the first one I bought actually. And then that sneaky little jerk made a vinyl, and I think he did it just because he knew I would have to buy it because I have a compulsion. I have to buy vinyl records. I just have to. So I'm excited for that. I don't know. I've got a pretty significant bookshelf now, I guess.
Yeah, I have mine to read.
Obviously Fiendish. But Rainey doesn't need anyone to market her. Right? Probably everybody pretty knows who she is.
Yeah, but I mean, you never know. Like, you really do have to constantly be advertising. I mean, there were people, like, it was crazy to me, dude. Like, right after, like, I was like, oh, everyone knows Fiendish 2.5. She's been talking about it forever. And then right after it closes, people are like, oh, I missed it. So you never know. You really don't. Like, and that's one of the things I think I'm facing is knowing for a fact that, hey, there are going to be people that are like, man, I wish I could have gotten that trading card. I'm like, dude, I told you, man. You know?
I told you, man. Sure.
Anyway.
So wait, how old were you in that video?
Which one? The oldest one, I was 20. Why did I say that? I was 13.
Okay.
Why?
To be fair, I was gonna try and find a picture of me when I was 13.
Oh, okay.
But I don't.
Well, I think I looked incredible. You know. I think I look good.
You look short.
Well, that happens when you're young. Vaughn's voice hasn't changed at all. Fuck off, man. My voice has changed substantially. One might even say
Substantially.
substantially. Substantially. There you go. There you go. All right.
Sure. I mean,
who are your favorite? So yeah, I know you mentioned Anne Rice. Is there any writers I missed that were your favorites? Like any favorites?
well, Tolkien obviously, but like duh. My favorite book is actually by none of the writers I've mentioned. It is by Tormod Haugen, and it's called Keeping Secrets. But in the original Norwegian, it's actually called Zeppelin. That's not a Norwegian word, but that's the name of the book when it's in Norwegian.
Zeppelin is German, right?
I think so, yeah.
I can't find this. It's Keeping Secrets?
Yeah.
Oh, Tormod Hogan, never mind.
And
Never
then no, nobody has. Not to sound like a hipster, but honestly nobody has. But he's kind of like a Norwegian sort of C.S. Lewis.
R.L. Stein, yes.
Yeah, R.L. Stein's fine. I'm more of an Animorphs person. K.A. Applegate wrote those books. I have every single one, and I love them. They're amazing.
I've never read any of them, but I always would look at the covers. I had the cover artist for Goosebumps on my show not that long ago. No way! Is my mic still low?
No, they're messing with you. Stop.
Every time I fall for it.
Stop it.
Yeah. Well, did they
What?
used to do that to you? The mics thing, or is that just me?
That's just you.
Oh, okay. Well. It's good to, it's a good start to the week, though, guys. Thank you so much for coming on. This has been a lot of fun, honestly. And it was interesting. Honestly, your book choice is about as hipster as what I expected.
Oh, is it?
I mean, I think so.
That's my favorite book.
Well, actually, no. I did think it was going to be something like that Anne Rice did. I thought Interview with the Vampire would be your favorite book.
No.
No. Okay.
I mean, it's good. I have almost all of her books. But it's not like my favorite. In fact, that's not even my favorite genre of book to read. My favorite genre is actually science fiction.
Really? Do you like Harlan Ellison then?
Yeah, but Orson Scott Card is my favorite. Ender's Game is probably the best sci-fi novel ever written.
I have to read that one still. I've been meaning
to.
It's
absolutely fabulous. All right, I found a picture of me at 13.
Oh, let's see this.
I'm gonna make it fair.
Allie is legit. Vaughn is the shit, is what he's implying. I'd agree with that. That's what he was saying.
Pulling it up. There you go.
Whoa, your hair is different. Is that your natural hair color?
Yes.
You dye it.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. When's the last time your hair was that color?
Probably when I was 14.
Really? You never. I just expected you to have black hair. I didn't know you dyed it. So are all you goth girls fake?
I mean, probably. I don't.
Is Rini like secretly blonde?
No.
I know she's Asian.
But Rainy's Asian, so that's not really the same. I'm Scottish.
Scottish?
I mean, I'm American, obviously, but my Scottish ancestry.
I have Scottish. This is so weird.
There you go. That's me at 13.
And you have
getting ready to go
the same.
To go to a dance. Yeah, I don't look the same. I was 13.
Well, no, but I know. But I mean, what I mean is 13-year-old me is like recognizable. You know what I mean? Like if I saw that picture, I wouldn't know it was you. I guess I could see it in like your facial features now. Yeah, I could see it. You have like a nose and eyes. And now you have
I do have a nose and eyes. That's true.
Yeah. So you're like basically the same person.
I mean, yeah.
You don't look.
She was doing my hair for a dance that I was going to that I didn't want to go to.
So wait, what? So when you were 14, you decided you wanted to be edgy, and then you've been edgy ever since?
No, actually, I wanted to dye my hair for the first time that I can remember when I was 7 years old, and I saw my very first Audrey Hepburn movie.
I've never seen any Audrey Hepburn movies.
Well, you'd probably find them boring, but I just thought that she was the most beautiful person that I'd ever seen, and I was like, I want my hair to do that. And then I was Jasmine for Halloween, and I had like 3 feet of hair. That's not real. I had 3 feet of hair, and it was perfect. And my mom actually sprayed. She got the like black spray and sprayed my hair black and did the whole thing so that I had like her actual hair. And I remember I cried when we washed out the spray. So if I was actually not allowed to, I was told, no, you can't do it. And And then when I was 14, I just walked over to my friend's house and had her do it, like without asking. And it's been that way ever since.
Do your parents get mad?
No.
Okay.
Like, I don't think my dad wasn't around, and my mom didn't feel like she could get mad. Like, what would that have accomplished, you know?
Yeah, I was just curious. Scared dying. All right.
No.
That's
But there.
interesting to know. I didn't know.
There's me at 13.
You look like you're blocking the camera. You don't want to get a picture taken of you.
I didn't want to get my picture taken. Look how terrible my eyebrows are. It's disgusting.
Hang on. I gotta say this, and this is true. Men, and back me up in the chat. I promise you, we're not really paying that much attention to your eyebrows.
I don't care if men are paying attention.
I know.
I don't like it.
I know. I'm just saying. You know, what's wrong? What constitutes good or bad eyebrows? Do I have good eyebrows?
Sure, Vaughn.
No, hang on. What do you think? Are they good?
This is Allie's twin.
Yeah.
I used to pretend I had a twin, actually. I was really obsessed with the Olsen twins when I was a kid. And I would pretend that I had a twin named Ashley. Like, I would go to McDonald's and I'd run around and I'd be like, I can't find my twin. Her name is Ashley. She's dressed just like me, except her hair is in a ponytail. And then I'd run to the bathroom and I'd put my hair in a ponytail and I'd come back out and I'd be like, I can't find my twin named Allison. I don't know where she is. She's dressed just like me. Like, I don't know if anyone believed me,
Did you have a multiple personality disorder?
No, I just wanted a sibling.
No, I'm kidding. Have you seen the South Park episode where like Butters is like literally just playing like dress up, and they diagnose him with like multiple personality disorder?
No.
It's really funny. It's like they just start diagnosing like they start taking it all seriously. Like he pretends he's a bad guy, and like he's having really dark thoughts. It's pretty good stuff. The other children were right to bully you, Allie, says Dean.
They were preparing me for you, Dean. And I did. He's talking about It Takes Two, and I don't think it is Disney. It might be, though.
It Takes Two? Because I was thinking of The Parent Trap.
That's not the Olsen twins.
That's why I was saying he was wrong, but okay, never mind.
That's just Lindsay Lohan.
I know. That's why I was saying. Okay, I hadn't heard of It Takes Two starring the Olsen twins. What kind of show is this? It's an interview, Jolly. Welcome. It Takes Two. 19.
Yeah. I friggin' loved the Olsen twins so much. It's ridiculous. I still have all their VHS tapes. So okay. You know the Scarlet Witch?
Yeah. Yeah, I know that she's their sister. Yeah.
Yeah, she's their little sister. Her very first appearance on any movie or anything is in this weird VHS series that the Olsen twins did, where they sing a song about how much they hate her and want her to go away. Seriously.
What is wrong with people?
If you look it up, they're just like BUTT out. And she's sitting there looking all sad, and they're just like, we hate you. We can't stand your face. Like, it's so horrible. But I think that's why she's so angry. Tia and Tamara, Dean.
Does anyone remember Sister? Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know that.
I just answered Tamara.
Tia. Yeah, I don't know that. This is yeah. Well, I was gonna say Before My Time, but a lot of my favorite movies are before my. What is your favorite movie? You know, you mentioned your favorite horror movie, which I just watch listed. What are your
my favorite movie of all time? Just so happens to be the greatest movie of all time.
Let's hear it, because I know what I think is the greatest movie of all time.
Labyrinth.
Never seen it. I haven't seen Labyrinth.
Of course you haven't.
Yeah, it's on my watch list. All right, mine. Do you know what mine is? No,
I'm dying to know.
It's actually a good movie. I don't appreciate your tone.
You don't have to
your tone.
appreciate my tone. The chat does.
It is watch along. That would be fun, dude. I like all music besides Chris Cornell. I love Chris Cornell. You guys ever seen Slither? Here, Slither.
Jolly Green doesn't like Chris Cornell, huh?
Chris Cornell is great.
That's really specific, Jolly. And I don't actually just like David Bowie in Tights. I can give you a whole long thing about why that is the greatest movie of all time, and it has nothing to do with David Bowie in Tights. However, I do have... Where is it? I have...
Jennifer Connelly is in it. Yeah, I know. I gotta see...
See, look at that beautiful artwork. Isn't it beautiful?
Back when movie posters were like cool.
This is the movie poster, but it's also on the vinyl. This is the vinyl soundtrack.
The vinyl.
And then there's this cool freaking like owl on the back.
Is that a laser disc?
No, it's a vinyl record.
All right. Well, Henry had asked before you said that, and Vaughn was born on the set
I have about 300 or so vinyl records.
Vaughn was born on Krypton and sent here in a pod. That explains why I'm better than everyone. Boom. All right, guys. My favorite movie is The Shawshank Redemption.
Better at being cringe.
My favorite movie is The Shawshank Redemption, Allie.
I heard you.
It's a great movie.
It's fine.
Oh, wait, hang on. What possible grievance could you have with The Shawshank Redemption?
It's gay.
How? 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 Because because there's a rapist? Vaughn owns a Laserdisc player? Hell no, I don't. The Shawshank Redemption is like the greatest movie ever made. You're a writer, really? And you're gonna die on this hill?
It's fine. It's fine.
I gotta do a video essay on that one day just to show you.
Yeah, maybe when you watch Labyrinth.
Vaughn, are you 63 or 9 years old? There's a lot of time in between those ages that it could be. You know, I'm somewhere in between those. Let's say that. Vaughn thinks phonograph is a phone. Oh, what hand?
What are we hanging on to?
Phonograph. Oh, well, yeah, I know what a phonograph is.
Did you just look up a phonograph?
No. No. You have no evidence to prove that. I was just sending an email.
I don't need evidence. You just confirmed it.
I didn't.
I'm a mom. I know when children are lying.
I wasn't. You have no evidence to prove that.
I don't need evidence. You just shoved all the cookies in your mouth.
Could Vaughn? I
didn't need any cookies.
Could Vaughn use the rotary phone? Hold on. I'm just typing in another email.
Vaughn doesn't know what a rotary phone is, guys.
No, I'm just typing another email. Oh, I've seen these before. I mean, not seen the. I mean, because I obviously knew what a rotary phone was.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I know what it looks like, because like I've seen them on shows and stuff and in real life. I still have a house phone, so I know what that is. I used to have a flip phone. I used to have a slide phone, actually, not even a flip phone. I know what that is.
Mm-hmm.
I can write in cursive. I can do that.
Can you write in cursive?
Yes. I listen. You guys are like acting like you're so much older than me, and you're not that much older than me.
No?
I don't think so.
How old am I?
I can't guess a woman's age. It's rude.
It is? Why?
Because it's just something you're taught as someone. I don't know. It's just a politeness thing, Allie. I don't know. That's just what I was told growing up. You don't ask a woman her age.
I didn't say ask me my age. I said, how old do you think I am?
I'm gonna guess. Well, you said you're in college in 2006. At which point I was 7 years old. So that was okay. So that's you were at least 18 at that time. I'm gonna guess 37. 30.
Wow. What a dick.
What? What did I say? Because I was doing the math.
I will be in August, yeah.
Well, I was just doing the math. Okay.
Very slowly.
Aim 10 years lower than your. Oh shit! I should have done that.
10. No one. If you said 27, like, then I'd know you were just being like purposely obtuse.
Obtuse. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm way older than Vaughn, and my cursive looks like retarded orangutan trying to write their name. My cursive is okay. I get. Well, I don't know. I've been given. Some people think Billy Tucci thinks my signature is good, but some people think my signature is bad. So I guess you'll have to see when I start signing comics. I was going.
Yeah,
to do,
but didn't you go to like a private school? So they probably made you have like really pretty cursive.
How did you know I went to a private school? I'm not saying I did. I went for 3 years. But I mostly went in public school, actually. I learned cursive in public school. So, checkmate. I didn't learn cursive in private school, so... Not accurate. Sorry. Do I know what a trapper keeper is? Yeah, I know what a trapper keeper is. Hang on, I gotta type another email real quick. No, it's just so funny. I actually don't. I thought I did, and I don't. Turns out, know what that is. I don't know what a trapper keeper is.
Someday.
Because you're a white and male. You sound like an SJW. Because you're a white man. You must have went to private school.
That's not how I knew.
All right. Vaughn knows what a trapper keeper is because it was? What is a trapper keeper? Like, I'm looking at this thing. I don't get it. These things do look
It's
familiar.
just a binder. It's
I
just
know.
a 3-ring binder. But it was like a special type or
Vaughn, what's a walk? I know what a Walkman is
kind
because
of
I've seen Guardians of the Galaxy. It's the little headphones things. You put it there, and you get to put the tape in. You listen to music. I know what a Walkman is.
You get to put the tape in. There was your accent coming out.
What accent? What accent? New Jersey? I don't know.
You do that soft T? Yes, you do.
I don't. That Jersey? I don't have a Jersey accent.
You do.
I don't.
You just said a soft T, and that's a Jersey thing.
What are you talking about?
You put the tape in instead of the tape.
You put the tape in.
Diction is done with the tip of the tongue and the teeth.
Yeah, maybe if you went to private school. Oh.
No, I just had
what did we use
song
before
training.
Email to talk to people? Well, my understanding. What even is a Jersey accent? I wouldn't know because I don't have one.
Because you went to private school. We trained you out of it, all except that soft T.
What did we use before?
Did you use a tape? Have you ever used a tape?
You used, hang on. Sorry, I gotta answer this riveting question first. You use like carrier pigeons. There you go.
Have you ever used a tape?
Telegrams. What do you mean have I ever used a tape? Like
oh,
you mean like a recording
tape?
I used to watch VHS tapes.
I have right here.
It's a Furby.
Next
I
to
know what
me.
a Furby is. I know what a Furby is.
Right next to me, I have a tape. I have 2 tapes that I still use. See
I know
it?
about mail, awesome, when people still use
This
mail, dude.
this is what they look like.
Yeah, I know what that is. I just said I haven't really used one, but I know what it is. Personally, I can't think of an occasion where one has been of. Well, actually, I do have some. Actually, that's not true. I did use some because we were converting something to digital. I actually shot the short film that I did, which, by the way, you should check it out. Behind the Curtain was shot on film, so we did use film reels, which is cool.
Yeah, but you guys, you can like fast forward through the middle like 10 minutes of it. Just watch the first 5 minutes and the last 5 minutes and you'll get what it is.
My short film.
Mhm.
What is the middle part boring?
It's just not necessary.
I mean, that's okay. It's fair enough. I appreciate the. I also wrote it years ago. You know,
I'm not
I'm old enough to know how to use.
I'm
a
messing
pencil
with you.
to respool a cassette tape when your tape player ate it. Yeah, man, me too. You know, relatable.
I have a bunch of floppy disks still too, yeah.
What? Hang on. Floppy disk is what the save file looks like.
Yes, that's
Yeah,
the save file.
Button. The save button. File
Uh-huh.
save as. See, I know that.
Yep. That's what that is.
I remember, being relatable. I used to have to rewind the VHS tapes when I was done with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really hard
What? Why was it hard?
because you had to, you didn't just pop the DVD in. Sometimes I'd watch VHS tapes, which were archaic technology.
You just press a button and it does it for you.
I don't know if I still have my VHS. No, I know, but that's more effort than a DVD.
I
A
guess.
DVD, you just watch the movie and then take it out. It's like, oh, if I want to get to the part, I have to up. I rewinded too far. Got to get up, and it's annoying. Whereas,
I mean, you
DVDs,
still have to like skip
DVDs,
to
you
different
had,
scenes and
scene
stuff.
select, DVDs.
Yeah.
You had the
Yeah.
menus.
I got my
Well-
first DVD in 2004, dude.
Probably, I might have gotten mine earlier. Actually, I was born 99.
Well, yeah, I was poor. I
amazing.
I didn't
Alright.
have DVDs yet. Actually, my friend's really rich grandma was offended that I didn't have a DVD player, so she bought me one, but no
That's nice.
DVDs. It was hilarious. She was like, she felt bad for me. She's like, "You don't have a DVD player? How do you survive?" I was like, "I have VHS tapes and PBS." And she was like, "I'm gonna get you a DVD player." And I was like, "Okay." So she got it for me, but no DVDs. And I was like, how am I supposed to watch anything on this?
That's unfortunate.
And
how long did it
I got
collect dust?
I went and I bought 5 DVDs from Walmart for $1 each, and they were all like really bad B movies. So there was this one called Carnivore, and then that one, it's like this weird horror movie about this creature that was created in a lab. That like it attacks people when they're fucking. Like that's its thing. They're like, it's the hormones or the pheromones. And then I got Christina's House, which was this like weird silly one about this stalker. And then the Dancing Pirate, which is probably one of the best black and white movies ever made. The Dancing Pirate.
Never heard of that.
It has the guy who played the Wizard of Oz in it randomly. And then what else? There were a couple others. Oh, I got some of those old cartoons I got on DVD because I had them on VHS, like the 1940 Superman and the Merry Melodies, a bunch of Looney Tunes, stuff like that.
That's cool. My favorite black and white movie probably is The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance, I think. That's a really good one.
Mm.
It's a Western. I got into kind of a Western phase at college.
Well, that's not my favorite black and white movie, but it's one of the
I
best
do know The
ones.
Wizard of Oz. I've seen that many times. I've seen The
What
Wizard
about
of Oz.
Singing in? What
No,
about Singing in the
I have
Rain?
not seen Singing in the Rain. I know. Ready? I'm gonna go through all the black and white movies I've seen. I have them all. Do you guys? Any of you guys have Letterboxd? It's really cool.
You don't have to do that.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I know you guys are really interested. What are poppies? Oh shit. Vaughn, yes.
The way you said that, it sounded like a lie, Vaughn.
I love Die Hard. I haven't seen Die Hard. Any of the other ones? I haven't seen 2. I know 2 apparently is like worth watching once, and then 3.
Oh my god, chat. What if the only Willy Wonka that he's seen is Johnny Depp?
No, that's not true. And actually, fun fact, I went to Gene Wilder's house when I was little. So checkmate.
Oh, okay.
My grandparents are friends with Gene Wilder. And my dad's one of his 2 favorite movies were The Shawshank Redemption and Blazing Saddles. So
Blazing Saddles is great.
Yeah, Blazing Saddles and The Shawshank Redemption are both great.
Blazing Saddles is great.
Blazing Saddles is very good. You know they put a warning on it for a streaming service. Do you know who Macho Man Randy Savage is? I know the name. He sounds familiar. Vaughn owns the Timothy Chalamet Walk On. Is that even out yet? The first
Timothy Chalamet too.
I do need to rewatch Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory though. It's been a very long time. The boss, can we have more beans? I think you boys have had enough. Wait on, what's that a reference to? Hold on. I don't know if I know that reference. Is it a reference to something?
There it is, chat. There it is.
What? I don't. Blazing Saddle. Oh wait. Oh wait, hang on. Fuck, I forgot that. I watched.
Now
it
we know
recently.
you haven't actually seen
I have
it.
seen it. And we're a white woman.
And how come you don't know what scene that's from? How come you don't know obviously that that's from Blazing Saddles?
Wait. Oh man, I forgot.
It's like one of the stupidest scenes. How can you not know that?
I forgot, dude.
Wow.
I've seen
He's just gonna send another email, you guys.
No, I have seen Blazing Saddles. I have.
Mm-hmm. Can you sing the song by heart?
Which I don't by heart? I don't know.
Your family friend Gene Wilder is looking down from heaven, shaking his head, filled with disappointment.
Vaughn, this is more fun than watching you than you playing Final Fantasy VII for 42. I actually have played it for more than that. I'm taking way too goddamn long in that game because I keep doing side quests. Oh shit! I forgot. I gotta go live with Mr. Burger tonight, so I might have to
Stop embarrassing yourself. It's okay. I can't believe that. The chat handed you that on a platter.
I have seen the movie. I promise you, I've seen the movie multiple times.
I'm sorry, Gene. You didn't deserve this. You're better than this.
All right. Well, on that note, thank you guys so much. This has been a really fun interview. Allie, thank you for coming on. We got a lot of viewers tonight.
I
This
feel
is your
like
best
you
show
didn't.
and your worst at the same time.
I'm known for that. I'm known for helping people make the best and worst things.
The interview part, because we actually did like an hour or so of interview, and then I think afterwards we just kind of kept talking. That's fine. That was fun.
Are you okay?
Why wouldn't I be okay?
I wasn't. I haven't been too mean.
Oh no, I don't care. That's fine.
Okay.
No, you haven't been too mean. That's not a challenge.
I'm trying to work on myself and better myself because I've been told I'm just too mean. So I'm trying to work on it. The
All
answer is opium. Awesome one. In all fairness, it's not clear in the movie to a child that the poppies are opium, and they probably don't teach the books in schools anymore.
Oh, I didn't know, because I was looking at poppies and seeing flowers, and I was like, why is he asking me about flowers? I didn't get it.
Because we were talking about Wizard of Oz, dweeb.
But what does that have to do with opium?
I thought you said you'd seen
I've
Wizard
seen
of
the
Oz.
Wizard of Oz. What does that have to do with opium? I know they have the poppy flowers in that movie, but opium is a drug.
And what happens when someone
they-
takes opium?
They go sleepy. Oh.
Awesome one says Allie is mean. This is me being as nice as I can possibly be. I'm trying really hard here.
Was it front for orgy? Probably, honestly. Apparently the midgets were really mean to
They
Judy
were. I
Garland.
can't believe you know that, but you didn't know about
It's
what...
been a long time. Anyway, guys, we could talk about the horror stories. We'll talk about that next time we stream together.
Hollywood horror.
Yeah, all right. We'll make that a discussion because I know that production in that movie was insane. Anyway, I gotta go. I'm gonna be live very soon, going live with Mr. Burger. If you think this was bad, this trivia, wait until I'm on Mr. Burger. I'm gonna struggle with that shit. So anyway, guys, check out Egg Beater. Back it and sign up for Phenomenova. I'm gonna play the trailer as we head out. Thank you guys so much, and take care. When the whole world was dragged into World War III, brave men like my father fought on the front lines. And they weren't alone. That was 20 years ago. Now it's up to us to carry on their legacy. And every so often, the earth from which we come gives way for something new, something greater to be born. And with them, even greater threats to face. Bring it on! Phenomenal. For you, Dad. For you.